Spotify recently held their annual Stream On event, and this year they covered a lot of cool stuff. They teased things like a brand new home screen layout with additional features that we haven't seen yet, a new AI DJ that has been slowly getting rolled out that inserts new music into a shuffled playlist that you might not otherwise have discovered without it. They even hinted at things like new data breakdowns, maybe potentially confirming things like super listeners that we have discussed before and wondered about kind of for years. And they seem to showcase things like providing exclusive merch opportunities for these so-called superfans right inside of the Spotify app itself. Now, because Spotify covered so much ground in this year's Stream On event, we can't possibly go to the bottom of the rabbit hole on every one of these new features. So in this video, we are going to cover 4 primary features that Spotify just announced. And at the end, I'm going to tell you the one that I am personally the most excited about. All right, so let's dig into it. Feature number 1, clips. Spotify announced a thing called Clips that's going to happen right inside the Spotify app now. Now, at first glance, this is basically just Reels or TikToks inside of Spotify. But if you pay close attention to the language that Spotify uses, they are viewing this as an alternative to Reels and TikToks by differentiating Clips as a music first and streams first video format instead of a memes first video format. If you look at the language they use on their landing page here, they say that's why we built Clips, to give artists a platform that inspires fandom and long-term success, not quick hits tied to the latest meme. And if we click through to the Clips actual landing page, they kind of double down on this. They say Clips deepen your connection to fans and drive metrics that really matter to your career. Now you can express yourself in the world around music without getting lost in the social scroll. And then they triple down on it. We've built Clips to give artists a platform that inspires fandom and long-term success. That means streams, not memes. So for me, at first glance, Clips looks like it's more of like a documentary kind of VH1 behind the music, for those of you who remember that, in short form video form, all inside of Spotify. It's gonna give us an opportunity to sort of share more about our music and give listeners a peek into our world rather than trying to chase trends and do dances and all the stuff that kind of happens on social media at large these days. All right, next up, the countdown clock. Spotify has a new feature called Countdown. This is a way for us to count down to the release date of an upcoming single or album right within the Spotify app. Now, we currently have access to this kind of thing, just not on Spotify. So you can set a countdown clock for your release, like on your Instagram stories. You can have a pre-save page with toned in or with your hyperfollow page or a Muse smart link if that's what you use. So there are different ways to do this, but Spotify has recognized the value of this in the market and they're pulling it all into the platform. In their explanation of this, Spotify says there's always been a disconnect between where music is teased and where it's streamed until now. With countdown pages, your fans can pre-save your upcoming release, preview the track list, pre-order new merch, watch video clips you share with them, and watch the timer count down to the release moment all in one place. All right, number 3, amplify your music. Spotify is really trying to get on board with the music marketing thing. I think they recognize that there is a gap in the market between us running ads on Facebook and Instagram and trying to get people over to Spotify and playlisting, which is sort of semi-Spotify native. And they're trying to get in the middle of that. They recognize that there is a value add for their platform if they can get us to spend our marketing dollars with them instead of with third parties. And so they're introducing a bunch of new tools to try to get us to do that. And they actually look pretty cool. First up is Marquee. Now, Marquee has been out for a little while. I personally found Marquee to be very effective, and Spotify says that they have found it to be highly effective as well. In some cases saying that Marquee is 10 times more cost effective than social ads. Now, I can't say that mine were 10x better than Facebook and Instagram ads, but they were definitely effective, and Spotify seems to have enough data to support that claim. Next up is Showcase. Now, Showcase is a little murky still. I'm not quite sure how this is monetized by Spotify, but it seems like it is a home feed native canvas placement where you can promote your music to users on their home feed in the newly designed home feed that Spotify has created. So it's kind of like Marquee, except that it does not take up the entire real estate of the page like Marquee does. It's just in the scroll, sort of like a dark post would be on Instagram. And then lastly, Discovery Mode. Discovery Mode was announced some time ago and has been sort of rolled out slowly in beta for users of specific distributors features over time. In fact, I have some artist clients who have used and still continue to use Discovery Mode to promote their music with great results. Now, I will admit, when I first heard about Discovery Mode, I thought it sounded basically like payola, and the jury is still kind of out for me on that. I haven't personally used it, so I can't say, but based on the results I have seen from others, Discovery Mode actually seems like it could potentially be a very useful tool, especially if the cut that Spotify takes is less than the overall increase in revenue you generate from streams during the window of time that you're actually using Discovery Mode. More on that, I'm sure, in future videos, but for now, I'm intrigued. And then last up, new monetization features on Spotify. Now, for quite some time, Spotify has had the ability to sell merch on the platform and promote upcoming concerts, but they're sort of improving the integrations for these features. Most notably, they seem to be adding the ability to sell merch and sell concert tickets in different areas of the app, especially on the now playing areas. So if you're listening to a song on your phone or on your mobile device and you see the canvas playing in the background, it looks like there's going to be a little heads-up display that allows you to list your merchandise on that page as well, making it even easier for listeners to actually purchase something from you while they're not just consuming your music, but paying attention to the app itself at the same time. So that's an overview of the big 4 features that Spotify announced at this year's Stream On event. Now, as I said earlier in this video, of these 4 things, there is one that I'm the most excited about. I'm sure it will come as no surprise to you that it is the marketing features. I am really interested to see how Marquee, Showcase, and Discovery Mode can play together to lift a release on the platform of Spotify specifically. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about how I specifically have combined Facebook and Instagram ads and Spotify's Marquee feature in the past, then check out this video right here. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.